Hey, are you curious about all the cool stuff that we use to make this record? I'm Andrew Colyer from Circuline, and this is the gear behind the music. Hey, watch this. How cool is that? That is my Arturia Keylab 88. I'm Andrew Colyer from Circuline, and this is our gear behind the music segment for this record. And I want to talk about the Arturia Keylab 88 because it's the keyboard that I have been using live on tour since at least 2018. I use it with Circuline. I've toured North America with Robert Berry. I've used it with the Tubes. I've used it with Cell 15, Awaken, the Matt Dorsey Band. This thing has been my workhorse for many years. It's got great action. It's also lightweight. It weighs maybe 25 or 30 pounds. It's also got a pitch bend and a mod wheel. The reason I wanted to do that demonstration with all the lights and everything is because it's got lots of sliders and knobs and pads and all kinds of cool ways that you can use this in a live performance situation. This piece of hardware has been indispensable for me. You see it in all the Circuline videos that we did for this record, and when I play live again, I'll be using it again. That's enough for this segment. Arturia Keylab 88. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hi, this is Darin from Circuline. I'm here in the studio talking to you about some of the equipment that I was using for the third record. Right now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the drum heads. I decided to go with Aquarian this time. These drum heads, I heard them on a couple of recordings and I really like the pitch and the tunings of these, and that's why I kind of went with these. This record, there's going to be a song where I really kind of needed something that was tuned specifically, and these really help with that. So I went through great extent to get these tuned perfectly, and they are great. Love them.
I'm talking about my screen. It keeps spit from not getting on the microphone. It's called something.
Shock mount, or the windscreen is a pop filter.
What's that?
The shock mount.
Oh, okay. That's a shock mount pop filter. Pop filter?
The screen is called the pop filter, and the boing boing thing is called the shock mount.
Shock mount. Very interesting little known fact about the metal used for these things. It's actually, it was mined in the caves of Madagascar and then sent to the Vatican, where it was blessed by Cardinal Aston. And that's why I sound so good when I use it. True story.
Hello, this is Shelby from Circuline, and on this episode of Gear Behind the Music, I'm going to delve into a little bit more detail about the basses that I used, why I used them, the way they sound, and also talk a little bit about my playing style and how my nails get involved. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a part 2 where I talk about the sounds of each of the basses a bit more in detail. This is the PV that I was talking about, and granted the strings have not been changed in a while, but something about this bass, I guess maybe it's the material, or just, I don't know. I'm not as much of a nerd as some people about how materials and construction affect the tone of an instrument, but something about this bass, even acoustically, sounds darker than the Dingwall. And I guess the fact that it's straight fretted rather than fan fretted also is a big factor in that. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about what I mentioned in the other video, which is a technique that I have when I play the bass, where I tend to use my nails quite a lot, and then I keep these nails quite long, and it's also why the polish is completely rubbed off. You can't see it, but it's just a mess. I've gotten past the point of caring. But typically what you would do when you play, when you pluck a string, is you kind of pluck it with the pads of your fingers, which it's actually kind of hard for me to do now because I'm so used to using my nails, but the way I play is the nails kind of plucking, which, as you can obviously, you can hear it, it's just, I'm getting more attack. add to that, when you start getting into like flamenco, you can start using your nail to like which is like the Geddy Lee style, right? That's a lot of fun. The fretless, as I mentioned, I've got it tuned, rather than it going lower on the extended range, this is not a low B, this is an E. But it goes up to a high C. Let me check that actually. Yeah, it goes up to a high C, which means I can really get up there in range. It's been a while since I've played fretless. It's a lot of fun. And then once again, the magical dingwall, D-Rock. It's just an amazing sounding bass, even acoustically. Yeah. It's fantastic. I love it. Versatile. Sounds amazing.
Hi everyone. So this is another guitar I used on the Circuline album, and this is my Fret King Corona 60. Slightly unfortunate name there. It came out before the pandemic. Basically this is a really great Fender Stratocaster style guitar designed by Trevor Wilkinson, famous for the Wilkinson trem. But yeah, he started a company called Fret King, actually designing guitars, and this is a really fantastic guitar. It has the locking tuners at the back there for tuning stability, which is always good on when you're using a tremolo on a Fender Stratocaster style guitar. So really nice sound. So when you crank it up a bit, it really starts growling. And this guitar has got a secret weapon, because these pickup are Fishman Fluence pickups, and there's a push-pull thing here, which when you pull it out, it kind of gives a much more of a Stevie Ray Vaughan gritty sound. So before and after. So yeah, I thought this would be nice for the slightly more bluesy, jazzy tinged solo on third row. Yeah, really love this guitar. At the time of doing this video, I haven't finished all the guitar parts on the album, and I'm sure I'm going to use this on a few of the tracks. Really great guitar.
No, wait. What should I say? Did I just make it weird? I feel like I made it weird.
So what is it I'm talking about now?
Aston shock mount pop filter is what it's called.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
shock mount. You have to say Aston.
Aston shock mount.
Pop filter.
Pop filter. Whatever. It's a screen, controls spit.